once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, one and all, to a brand new edition of the Quinn Spinn. This is another quick spin that we're taking here with our friend Cameron Mitchell of Fyre. But before we get into the interview, just want to tell you, Revel 9's All I've Become is our opening theme song that you heard at the top of the show. It's been our opening theme song since the great year of 2014, and it will be until the very end of days. And we are sponsored in my dreams, and one day, hopefully soon in real life, by Liquid Death. Murder your thirst. Anyway, Cameron Mitchell of Fyre, spoken word poet, and you have some very exciting things coming up. First of all, thank you for joining.
Thank you for having me, man. This is a really cool opportunity to be on the show.
Yeah.
Super excited.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. Yeah, this was literally an idea I hatched at the gym this afternoon. I'm like, I'm going to do short episodes, and I'm just going to invite whoever wants to come on to talk about their stuff. And
a lot of good ideas come from the gym.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, it uncrosses I've not found anything better to uncross my wires in this earthly plane.
Yeah.
Like, it definitely helps. So,
nice.
But of course, we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about you. And the three standard questions are the first questions I'll ask you, and those questions are, who are you, what are your passions, and why on earth would you want to come on the Quinn Spinn?
Well, yes, my name is Cameron Mitchell. I am born and raised in Memphis, Tennessee, spoken word artist, actor, and I'm excited to be on this show because it's good to just be with creative people in a city that I love and just really share that creativity and that passion in a place where people are going to enjoy that kind of stuff.
Absolutely, and we definitely enjoy it here. And Nashville, of course, being such a thriving and vibrant ecosystem for all forms of art. And that's what I think, like, people on the outside don't necessarily realize about our city is, like, you can find anything here.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's not just country music. Maybe once upon a time it was, and that's still here, but, like, you can literally find any genre of music, any form of art, spoken word, like, anything you want. So with that, spoken word, your chosen medium, what drew you to it?
Man, honestly, I was a student at MTSU. Crazy enough, I was actually studying aerospace to be a pilot.
Oh, wow.
I know, big shift.
Yeah.
And, some friends were out in the courtyard just doing an open mic kind of deal, and I heard this girl sharing some poetry. And, for me, I've never really just expressed myself like that before. So I thought it'd be a cool avenue to express. Fell in love with it, and now I'm full-time. So full-time artist, just doing spoken word, acting, and just bridging that with just expression altogether.
And you've got a lot of exciting things coming up here in town, too. So here in the month of February, so I want to give you a chance to highlight some of those events coming up here.
Thank you. So Fyre is a organization where we're doing spoken word performances, workshops, and keynotes. So this month, we're actually going to be doing a masterclass at Hadley Park Library. So that's going to be happening once a month, 4 p.m. on Friday, February 16th. And this is actually free to the public.
Oh, there you go.
So if you are into, creating a book, poetry, songwriting, and you need some inspiration, or if you just want to come express and try something new, come on out for this masterclass. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have some discussions, cool writing prompts, and just a cool environment to share. And then after that, we're actually going to be starting our first open mic showcase at Pleasant Green Baptist Church on Jefferson Street, February 23rd. So this is going to be a really cool event. I'm super excited. We're going to be bridging not just open mics, but we're also going to be having a segment of showcasing. A lot of people start at the open mic level, but they don't always get to take it to the next level. So showcasing is going to show people how to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I want to ask about, of course, your poetry and your work. So thematically, is there any theme or themes that you continue to come back to that really help you connect with your audience, that your audience connects with right back?
Yeah, definitely. So a lot of my poetry revolves around just these three values: love, power, and a sound mind. And for me, I think it's really important to use my voice to encourage people, but then also speak about real things that's going on in life. But then mental health, being a part of those real things, is a big and huge piece that I realize creativity can help a lot with. And so one word that I've been using a lot of is called metanoia. It means changing the state of mind. So I've been using my poetry and just my voice to really change people's state of mind about just all kinds of things. So, I've written poems about Alzheimer's, depression, forgiveness, just different things to really show those different aspects. So, yeah.
Amazing. And I think it's always important. It seems to be a theme in these interviews that we've done so far here tonight that like being able to connect your work to your purpose, to your passions, to your values is super important. And ultimately, that's what's going to help you connect and stay connected to your audience, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's so important because, and when I'm training people or showing people how to do things, I also mentor in the schools, teaching workshops and things like that. And a lot of people love to, well, really, people are trained to, look at the back whenever you're trying to perform, right? And of course, it's a great way to start. But whenever you're actually sharing art, it's always great to connect directly to the people.
Yeah.
Because that way it keeps them tuned in. It lets them know this is for me. And, when the show is over, the applause is always great. Don't get me wrong. Please applaud. But I really appreciate when people come up to me directly and share like, man, that poem that you shared really touched me. I mean, I felt it, and it reminds me of this situation I'm going through. And it lets me know that I did my job. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
I do want to ask about Free Fyre too, because I've had a few folks from Free Fyre in the room here, and not sure the order I'm releasing these yet. With the date sensitivity of a couple of these events, this one might be first, but tell us a little bit about Free Fyre and how y'all came together and what the organization does.
Yeah, so we came together in 2020. Honestly, it's something that we thought would be years from now, but, a bunch of us just had a passion to really share poetry and take it to the next level for the community. And so there are currently just a few of us as poets who are just really doing a lot of great things. And then my wife, Jasmine, who's also a singer. And so in 2020, we actually did our first national tour. Super cool. And we did it in response to the Harlem Renaissance, in honor of the Harlem Renaissance. So we went to Stax Museum in Memphis, 21C, Chicago, and the National Jazz Museum in Harlem, New York. So we're constantly putting on great performances for people, quality performances, workshops, and keynotes to really, like I said, take things to the next level and just bring that quality in places where spoken word isn't. So, yeah.
So much amazing work happening. I must commend you for that. I mean,
thank you.
Being a full-time artist, of course, it's an ever-changing landscape. So one more question I have for you is, how do you keep it all in balance?
Man, honestly, that's something that we're actually trying to push for with Free Fyre, is showing people how to keep those things in balance with the personal and professional development. So I feel like one thing, in order to do that, we embody that ourselves.
Right.
So honestly, I make sure I really take my breaks. When I'm doing my teaching workshops, I've actually done my schedule now, just Monday through Thursday. I'm also dealing with my own health. And I think it's so important that, you can't really help others if you're dealing with stuff and you're not taking care of it. So it's like, man, I take my breaks when I need to. Like December, I was just like, you know what? I'm going to take this month to just recoup. Because people don't realize being a creative actually takes a lot of mental capacity.
Yes, it
does. Like a lot. And so I think it's so cool to just really take that time, rejuvenate. And when you do that, you actually bring that creativity back, and you're not in those writer's blocks or those moments where it's like, I'm exhausted, so.
Yeah, you've got to take that step back to like see the forest for the trees, right? And to be able to come back refreshed. There's no coming back refreshed if you never step back in the first place. It's so important to just, exercise this, sense of self-care and like understanding yourself. And when you need that, I think is very important, And so it's amazing to see you doing that. And of course, in order to inspire others, like you're trying to do through Free Fyre, you've got to be the leadoff batter, definitely. You're leading by example. And again, just commendable work. Where can they learn more about you online?
Yes. So we have our website, freefyre.org. So you can go to our website, see a lot of things that we're doing. And if you want to connect with us, you can email us at info@freefyre.org. And then you can also follow us on all social media platforms, The Free Fyre.
And important to know, too, Fyre spelled with a Y.
Fyre spelled with a Y, yes. So Fyre.
Yep, absolutely. Well, Cameron Mitchell, a Free Fyre spoken word poet.
Thank you all.
Artist extraordinaire, thanks for joining.
Thank you, sir.
And this has been the Quinn Spinn, 2 N's and Quinn, 2 N's and Spin. Find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube, and more. Also on the socials, on Instagram and Threads. It's it's at Quinn Spinn Official on Facebook and TikTok. It's the Quinn Spinn. And I mean, you could find us on X, but we're not really there. UMC, Underground Music Collective, is our central hub for all things independent music, creativity, community, and more. UMCNashville.com is our domain, and that'll take you to most places. If you just search UMC Nashville, you'll find us on the interwebs. At Nash Live Shows, we've got some events coming up, of course, over here in the live room at Helping Our Music Evolve, coming up this spring, summer, fall, but also perhaps elsewhere in Nashville. Stay tuned. Can't really talk about that yet on air. Revel 9's All I Become. Going to take us out just like it brought us in. Grab some muffins on your way out.